Thresh has always been an incredible support champion, able to make insane engagements, but also able to save allies from the grips of death. Now you might be asking, how does one become a better Thresh than the Korean hook master himself, Madlife? Well, today we're gonna find out. It's time to see just how good you have to be in order to be considered the best Thresh in the world. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Twigger, and I am very excited to be back with another #1 player in the world series, and this time I am featuring the #1 Thresh player on this good earth, and it is this Korean Thresh main, and I do believe that this is a Smurf account. I've put his name up here. I, of course, can't say it because I cannot read Korean, so if anybody knows what his name is, and if he does, in fact, have a main account, I'd love to know about it, because this account is currently level 41, a Korean Grandmaster Thresh one-trick with a 78% win rate in 105 games as Thresh, which is absolutely insane. This guy is also rocking a 420 KDA, which, I'm sorry, can't get much more better memeology than that. 1.7 kills, 3.1 deaths, and 11.5 assists over 105 games, which is insane. And it looks like it might start right now. Is he gonna actually land the hook? The flash coming out of the Varus, already getting into the action. So beautiful start to this game for our Thresh player. If you do enjoy these #1 player in the world videos, be sure to hit that subscribe button. We try to release one every couple of weeks. Also, be sure to let me know in the comment section below, what champions do you want me to find the #1 player of and do a commentary over. And of course, like this video if you do in fact enjoy the style. If you've not seen a video like this before, we're going to be mainly focusing on how this Thresh plays with this Draven in the bot lane, but of course, we're still going to jump over to other lanes, try to see how everybody's doing and how this game overall progresses, which already kind of terrifying in the jungle that the Nunu is right beside the Lee Sin, so might very well run into him very, very early on into this game. But now, just talking about this Thresh just a little bit, actually he lands another hook. I am going to actually watch this because you do want to see how this bot lane does progress. Draven, of course, running Hail of Blades is actually going to do an insane amount of damage. It's going to flash in on the bar, the Ignite going down as well, and that's going to be first blood for the Draven. The Draven, though, taking a lot of damage from this Varus. Varus is going to pick up the kill. Thresh is not going to have enough damage to actually take down this Varus, but first blood going to the Draven is definitely a big thing. Looks like a lot of damage is being traded between this Varus and also this Thresh. Also some damage going down onto the Syndra. But talking about this Thresh, we've already gotten so much damage going down, and the Draven already went back to get a cull, which is insane. What a start. But in terms of this Thresh, just looking at his runes, he's a little bit different than what I normally see on standard Thresh players. So went with the Resolve tree with Aftershock, Font of Life, Bone Plating, and Overgrowth, which is fairly standard, but the Inspiration tree second, running Perfect Timing and Minion Dematerializer, surprisingly enough. And then, of course, with his stats, Adaptive Force and Additional Armor. So, a little bit of a different type of Thresh build, but very interesting to see how it pans out in this game. In terms of just some stats that we got a little bit of time to talk about this while the laners are, of course, laning and getting their CS. He in fact maxes his Q first, which is fairly standard, but then he maxes his Lantern second and only gets 1 point in E at level 2, which you see that he actually just got. So a kind of an interesting way of doing things, but it looks like Syndra did pick up a kill onto this Yasuo. Unfortunately, no assists for the Lee Sin. But once again, in terms of this Thresh though, he has a 96.2% team fight participation, which is absolutely insane, but clearly this guy likes to get involved in team fights. And in those team fights, he has a 70.8% team fight win rate. So clearly, when this guy gets involved in a team fight, the team tends to win. And a couple little stats here, just after about the 10-minute mark in terms of vision and wards. After 10 minutes, he places far more wards than average Master Tier Thresh players. And in terms of early kill participation, it tends to skyrocket after 15 minutes. He gets that early kill participation, which we clearly saw happen with the Draven with Hail of Blades, nice and early. But then it kind of levels out, and then after the 10-minute mark, he really kicks off. So the Thresh coming out, landing a really big death sentence onto the bar, doing a ton of damage to Lee Sin, landing the Sonic Wave, and that is going to be another kill. Thresh just making such a cool play. Like, at level 3, you very rarely see Thresh just sitting up here making such an aggressive play. I think maybe the enemy team, he was trying to maybe trick them into thinking that he had gone back to pick up some items, but the Nunu is going to get caught with the death sentence again. Once again, though, this Draven is just standing there being unhindered with the damage, doing so much that this Nunu is going to possibly pick up a kill. He is. He's going to get his second kill of this game, and Varus got completely zoned off just because this Lee Sin was there. So once again, Nunu coming in with that snowball, and Thresh just landing once again a perfect death sentence, even though it was pretty much point blank. Those are the ones that you have to hit. The point blank death sentence just to make sure that that snowball didn't hit the Draven, and then Draven just completely obliterated the HP of that Nunu. We're already sitting at 5-1. Draven has 2 kills and our Thresh has 3 assists, and we're only 4.5 minutes into this game. Absolutely insane. So kind of interesting just looking at the build so far. So Draven went back and picked up a pickaxe, probably because he didn't have enough gold yet to pick up a BF sword, which, to be honest, I'm not entirely sure what he's going to be going for. He could very well, since this is a Korean Draven, might very well be going for that Mirror Mana Draven build that we've seen so much of lately. So might not even be going for that Bloodthirst, or might go for the Mirror Mana as the first item. But interestingly enough, with the Thresh going for the Swifty boots instead of the Moby boots. Normally you do see quite a few Moby boots happening, but actually we do have a little bit of a chase here. The Poppy going to use the Blast Cone to get away from this Nunu. The Lee Sin Sonic Wave is going to miss. He is still going to be able to do a little bit of damage to this Nunu, but the Poppy is here, going to use that E. Is it going to be enough though? Is the Nunu going to be able to get a kill onto this Poppy? The Bard is also roamed down here as well. The Maokai is here as well. Is not going to be able to get the W down because of course that Poppy E. The Lee Sin is going to be able to get a kill onto this Maokai. Poppy just running for his life, but it looks like the Yasuo is now here as well. The magical journey is going to come to lock down this Poppy, but the Lee Sin going to go back in. Might have very well gotten baited into this one. The Ignite coming down from the Yasuo, but it's not going to be enough to get a kill. Syndra is here now to support his Lee Sin, but it looks like the wind wall is going to expire. They're trying to get a kill onto this Yasuo. The Bard, the Flesh gets a great flay down, and Lee Sin is going to pick up, I believe, his 2nd kill of this game. Actually, his 4th kill of this game. I don't even know what I'm talking about. That was just the 2nd kill in terms of a bot laner. But it looks like the Thresh, once again, using these Swifty boots to try to catch up to this Yasuo. But he is insanely fast. 370 movement speed to 395. So it is going to be tough. The Lantern is going to go out to try to get the Lee Sin in here. But of course, the Nunu is going to be here. The ultimate was available for the Yasuo. The Ignite going down on the Lee Sin. Not going to be enough quite yet. But it is actually going to be enough to kill the Yasuo, though. He's going to go down. Lee Sin is going to get shut down by this Nunu as well. And Thresh is going to let the Syndra have that kill onto the Nunu. Absolutely insane. 5-1 and 2 Lee Sin with a 2-0 and 3 Syndra. And it looks like since the Draven had such a lead in this bot lane, the Thresh used this as the perfect opportunity to roam up, assist the top lane, assist the jungler, assist the mid lane, and now all of a sudden his entire team is now sitting with that gold lead that he had already gotten so early for the Draven. So I'm already loving how this Thresh is playing. It's so aggressive, it's so spot on, and he's just focused so hard on getting his team ahead. Unfortunately enough, the Draven had such a lead that it wasn't really too worrisome that he was down there alone with the Varus, because the Varus just does not have the items to fight a Draven right now. So it was a very smart time for this Thresh to roam. Now, the Yasuo is currently here. There was a pretty sweet combo in that fight with the Nunu Snowball followed by the Yasuo ultimate. That was pretty neat. But not enough, unfortunately, to get any kills. There was a couple shutdowns that went in favor of the enemy team, but right now already a 14.1 thousand gold lead to an 11.3 thousand gold lead, 10-3 in favor of this red side. So definitely some interesting stuff going on. The Thresh, of course, does have that stopwatch available, has already used 2 stacks of his minion dematerializer, and has that steel shoulder guards. I'm not entirely sure how long it's going to take. He's got 350 stacks of that, so about another 150, and he'll be able to upgrade that into the warding item, but still kind of waiting on that one. The thing is, when you roam as somebody like Thresh, you're not going to get those stacks as quickly as you might anticipate. So it looks like the Bard is roaming. He still just has his normal boots. So normally Bard, of course, would get those Moby boots very, very early, but it looks like the Syndra is here. The Flash is going to come down, but it looks like a great chains coming out of that Varus is going to be enough to secure the, well, not dying, I guess, of the Syndra, but it looks like the Bard was trying to get back, but the Lee Sin was right there just to catch him completely off guard. So very nice chains of corruption coming out of the Varus to stop the onslaught of the Syndra, because if that E had hit from the Syndra, that Varus was absolutely dead. Syndra did burn her flash to get that one as well, so, you know, with Syndra having her flash down, that does open up the possibility for Yasuo to start maybe getting a couple kills onto this Syndra, because his flash is available. Now, of course, up in the top lane, just what we're seeing here, kind of Clash of Titans, you know, the wet noodle fight that was standard in terms of top lane. 2 very beefy people, both with Bombi Cinder. They are not going to die anytime soon. As I say that, though, the Poppy is going to get knocked up by the Cinder. The ultimate coming down as well. The Bard is going to be the one picking up that kill, so it looks like right now everybody's pinging. The Bard now does have his mobility boots, so that was what they were looking for. The Lee Sin is now down to the bot lane, using that pink ward to safeguard over the wall to try to get a kill onto this Varus while his support is currently roaming. It looks like right now the bot lane is just going to try to take as many turret plates as possible. It looks like only 35 minions left for that cull from the Draven, which is pretty incredible to finish that off almost like probably about the 11 to 12 minute mark, which is very, very impressive. It's going to be a lot of gold going to Draven's pocket, especially considering they're getting all of these plates. But, you know, you say plates on one end, and the Nunu gets the Rift Herald on the other side, and he's going to put this thing down and probably get the first turret of this game. It's going to be close. No, it's not going to be close at all, actually. The Rift Herald's definitely going to clean that one up. So it looks like right now the Rift Herald is still alive. I don't believe that it's going to get a second hit on. The Poppy is going to take that Rift Herald down. And it looks like the red side is going to be able to take down this turret. So turret for a turret, but the first turret going in favor of the blue side, which is, to be honest, gold that they desperately need right now. And you can just see, though, with all these minions dying to the turret, this Varus is just stuck here. He's just stuck here emoting because he can't move up. He doesn't even know where the Lee Sin is. But it looks like the Draven going to use that ultimate to actually scout, actually search that bush just to scout it to see if the Varus was in fact in there, and now knows that he is in there. So very, very interesting stuff. The Bard is now back. He does have a Ruby Crystal and those Moby Boots. He is going to find the Draven, but it looks like a great Thresh hook is going to land again. The Flay coming down the ultimate. The box is going to lock him down for a little bit. Draven going to get one auto attack off with those spinning axes. Is going to be enough to get a kill there. The Nunu is now running for his life. He does have his flash available, so I don't think he's going to have to worry too much about this, but a really nice Cosmic Binding is going to land on the Lee Sin. Looks like the Ignite coming down from the Yasuo onto the Thresh is going to do a lot of damage, and the Wind Wall is going to block all of Draven's auto attacks, but he is still going to go down. Yasuo being killed by the Syndra. It looks like her third kill of this game. The Draven is going to miss just barely from that Bard. So very, very close fight, but you can just see the different level of mechanics and team macro play out of these Korean Grandmaster and Challenger players, because they just rotate so quickly. The moment something happens, the mid laner is roaming down, the junglers are there, the bot lane is responding. It's a really, really cool thing to see. So now, of course, with that bot lane turret being down, the bot lane is now moved up to the top side to, of course, get this Draven as much farm as possible. And we were actually right. He has gone for that man-immune build that we've been seeing in Korean solo queues so frequently now. So going to be a terrifying amount of damage coming out of that Draven. But it looks like, once again, this Maokai is going to be, once again, very, very tanky and very hard to kill. And everybody's getting slowed down. He's going to land from this Draven. They are doing a ton of damage to him. He's using his W, of course, to get that movement speed. But it looks like he is going to get locked down. The Maokai's so tanky, healing up so much. The Draven is going to go down. That's a shutdown in favor of the Nunu, but it looks like the Nunu is not, sorry, the Maokai is not going to go down to that Poppy passive, but Nunu right now trying to do as much damage as possible to the Syndra, but Syndra does not have her ultimate available, so she cannot get a kill onto the Nunu. Shutdown going in favor of the Yasuo, and our Thresh is still alive, just trying to run away from this fight, but that is a gigantic shutdown for that, Nunu onto the Draven. It looks like Thresh running for his life. The Cosmic Binding is going to land, but an amazing flash over the thickest part of that red wall. Incredibly tough to do something like that. And he manages to live. The hook going to come out, go a little bit wide. The red buff is currently alive. The Lee Sin trying to run away from this Bard. The Yasuo is going to get engaged on by the Lee Sin. A great kick, though, from the... Oh, and the ultimate going to come over from the Yasuo. He is in the middle of three. Putting down that wind wall is going to block a lot of the Draven auto attacks, but is it going to be enough? Flash coming out from the wall. It looks like the Thresh is going to land the hook onto the Yasuo. Is going to get the kill. The Draven, actually, with that ultimate, is going to secure the kill. Now with his fourth kill of the game, the box coming down to slow down that Varus, and that is going to be a dead Thresh, unfortunately. But I don't believe he actually gave a shutdown over to that Varus, but Varus is going to trade his life for the Threshes in favor of that Lee Sin, who's currently 7-1-4. Man, it would be really nice if I could get 10 seconds just to take a little bit of a breather and let my voice rest. This game is an absolute bloodbath, and I am loving it. Oh, tea was so necessary there. Okay, so where do we sit? So Thresh's first item that he's picked up, he's currently 0-1-10, which is incredible. Did go for that Zeke's Convergence. So now, of course, a great aggressive item. Because, of course, when you bind this to your ally, you create a Frost Storm when you use your ultimates, and it ignites your ally's basic attacks for 10 seconds, which is actually pretty damn incredible, because the ally's attack then burn the target for 30% bonus magic damage. And then you, of course, get that Ice Storm. Oh my god, what a hook! Gonna get flayed as well. The Varus is probably gonna go down to the Ignite. It is going to be enough. I don't think the Chains of Corruption are going to be enough. It might have been enough, so he used his stopwatch just to make sure that he was okay there. That was an insane hook. Cannot believe that that one landed. And of course, I don't know if that last turret shot was going to be enough to kill the Thresh, but I think it is just, you know, a much safer play to use that stopwatch and guarantee that you get out of that one alive. So Thresh picking up his first kill of this one. Looks like the Nunu is here with that Predator. Thresh is going to have to run away from this one, but I don't think our Thresh is going to live here. Unfortunately, that Bard Magical Journey brought 4 members of the enemy team to claim the life of that Thresh, which is very, very unfortunate for him, but there was just nothing that our boy could do against that 4-man onslaught out of the Bard Magical Journey. So looks like the second dragon of this game going to go in favor of this blue side. It was a very close Draven ultimate. I got to give him some credit on that one, but of course, very, very difficult to steal a dragon from a Nunu. It's just one of those things that with Consume and with Smite, that is going to be a tough challenge. So in terms of the farm right now, Draven having that big advantage, 113 to 94, has finished off that cull as well. Poppy is going to come in here and get an engage here, but 93 to 96, very even in the top lane. 67 to 88, so a little bit of an advantage for the Lee Sin, and 95 to 86, really not that big of a deal in terms of the mid lane, but great Poppy ultimate right before the Nunu snowball hits, just knocks this Nunu away, so that way the CC chain can't come out. Doubt that it even would have killed the Poppy, because she does have that Spectre's Cowl and the Mercury Tread, so magic damage that the Maokai and the Nunu are going to be throwing out, probably not going to be enough to kill that tank Poppy anytime soon. But, you know, the Draven, oh my god, I just noticed the Draven item. So he's got the Manamune already and a Sanguine Blade, which is insane. So Bard is going to go through his magical journey, but the Thresh is actually going to miss a hook. He is, in fact, human, but he's going to get that Lantern down. Unfortunately, no assist for the Thresh because he did miss that hook and didn't get the Lantern down in time. But getting the Lantern over just to get the Lee Sin out of that one. And now with the Bard being down, their sights are set either on this Yasuo or the Rift Arrow, but it looks like they want this Yasuo. They are out for blood. Nice ultimate landing onto the Syndra. Is going to use that, but the Flame is going to come out as well. The Wind Wall is going down as well, but it looks like the Ignite might be enough. It's not actually be enough to kill the Syndra. Some pretty interesting mechanics coming out of this Yasuo. Not quite enough, just barely the Syndra surviving that one with about just under 100 HP. So some pretty amazing Yasuo mechanics coming out there, but it just wasn't enough to deal with 3 members of this red side. I must say, 3 pretty fed members of this red side. But what this blue side is really looking for is getting a kill onto this Lee Sin. 400 gold shutdown. He's currently 8-1-5, which is unbelievable. 19 to 9 is the current score. 32k to 27.5k. So, you know, we do see that 5,000 gold lead in favor of this red side. The Thresh, of course, did pick up his sweeping lens, and now he's got a crystalline bracer and also the rejuvenation bead. So, I'm not entirely sure what he's planning on building next. That could go a number of ways. So, very curious to see what this Thresh is going to end up building later on into this game. But, you know, 16 minutes in this game, the Yasuo has died 5 times, which, to be honest, that means that he needs 5 more deaths to, of course, hit that, like, that 10 death Yasuo power spike that we all know and absolutely hate to face. But the Draven with the Sanguine Blade and the Manamune is insane. He's going to do so much damage, but Thresh positioning himself up to try to get a hook there, was hoping that the Varus was going to actually juke back into that. But it looks like now the red team sights are set on that Rift Herald. The second Rift Herald here, they are going to come in and check here. Thresh is going to know that this is coming because he does have that sweeper going. Oh, but right through the uprights. That's so unfortunate. That Varus stood there for so long. You know, sometimes, ladies and gentlemen, the best jukes are the jukes not taken. The Varus just stayed there for so long, standing still, and that actually was the best way to juke that Thresh hook. So very interesting stuff. The oh, it looks like the Chains of Corruption coming out onto that Syndra, doing a lot of damage. Man, that is so much damage coming out of that Varus. That was 1 Q with that Chains of Corruption doing about half the HP. But great Bard ultimate. You see this a lot in pro play when the Bard uses his ultimate onto the tower that the Rift Herald was going to hit. That turret was definitely going to die from the Rift Herald, but of course the Bard ultimate saves that turret's life. So no free gold going in favor of this red side. So basically made that Rift Herald completely useless and just gave gold to the blue side. So very, very nice Bard mechanics there. It looks like with the Forbidden Idol and the Crystalline Bracer, maybe a redemption coming out from this the Bard as the next item. But it looks like everybody is probably going to go B here. So it looks like the Spalders are, oh, sorry, the Pauldrons of White Rock have already been completed by Thresh. I don't even think I've said that full item name like ever in this game. So he has already gotten that completed. So it does have those 4 wards to work with. It's picked themselves up another Crystalline Bracer. So once again, kind of curious to see where that one goes. And 2 control wards. So definitely wanting that vision around the map. We can already see, though, this red side has quite a bit of vision in places that are a little bit unexpected. Places that are going to be interesting for the enemy team to clear. But I'm wondering where they're going to be positioning their wards next. Right now, we do have a dragon coming up in just a few minutes. Actually, just like 1 minute, really. So that's probably something that the red side's going to be looking to position around, get their wards down, and try to make sure that they can clear as much enemy vision as possible. The Varus does, in fact, have that Umbral Glaive, which is an interesting buy. I don't think I see that very often on Varus's, but he is going to be able to clear out a lot of wards with that. The Draven was getting caught out a little bit there, but of course, with a Thresh having that Lantern down is going to be very, very easy. It looks like the Righteous Glory, oh, sorry, no, it wasn't Righteous Glory, not even sure what that was, but engaging very, very quickly outside of Lee Sin. Lee Sin is actually going to die. The Thresh is going to put this box down. He's going to have to flash away from this one, but the Draven doing a ton of damage. It is going to be enough with the Syndra doing a ton of damage with that Luden's Echo is going to be enough, but an amazing Bard, a 3-man ultimate from that Bard is going to be enough to secure hopefully another kill onto this Thresh. It is going to be enough. Nunu picking up that kill, but the damage dealers, Draven and Syndra, are both still alive. Bard had to sacrifice his life to get everybody out of that one, but Flash is coming out from the Syndra, from the Draven. The Poppy is now here taking a lot of damage. Syndra's trying to do as much as she can, and she is going to get a pick up onto that Nunu. The slow going to land as well, and another Q is going to land a double kill for our Syndra. Draven still alive as well. Got to get that one auto attack after the Syndra stun comes comes in, and that is going to be a kill for the Draven. This team fight has completed turnaround. The flash coming in from the bar, trying to get a kill onto the Draven, but it is not going to be enough. The Poppy coming in for the flank, landing that E and bringing the Bard right into the Draven on a silver platter, and that is going to be another kill. 6, 2, and 6 in favor of our Draven, 1, 3, and 13 in favor of our Bard. So currently an absolutely insane bloodbath of a League of Legends game, and it looks like the red side right now going for that second dragon. It is a mountain dragon, so they're currently sitting on that cloud dragon and the mountain dragon. So it is just going to be mountain dragons coming up. That is the terraform of the land for this game. Thresh is going to go away and just start sweeping around, getting some more wards down. It looks like a bunch of pings are coming down onto this Baron, and they are actually going for this. So they do have a blue ward, so they're not going to be able to do this. But the thing is, it's something you always have to be prepared for, because in all honesty, when you've got a Nunu and a Varus, they do an insane amount of damage to Baron. Now, it looks like the Thresh is going to be caught out just a little bit here, but a great hit onto that blast cone. Those Cosmic Binding, as you can see, still connected with the Thresh and the wall, so it did actually land the stun, but since he had already hit that blast cone, gets over the wall and gets himself into safety in that Krug pit. But 20.5 minutes into this game, and we're already sitting at almost a 10,000 gold. But exactly like I was saying before, this Baron is going down so fast. Yasuo is going to get hit by a hook, and the Flay is going to miss, but the Lee Sin is currently coming in. I don't know if he's going to go in for a seal here. 2,000 damage, 1,600, 1,500, and Draven is going to get a kill onto the Yasuo, but it looks like the Nunu did get the kill onto the Baron Nashor. Draven's going to go down as well. A lot of damage coming down from the Nunu. Ultimate is going to be enough to secure himself another kill. Double kill for the Nunu, picking off our Thresh. It looks like the Syndra is now here, and the magical journey is going to lock down this Poppy. Nunu's going to go down to the Syndra, but Maokai is still alive and very tanky. An amazing interrupt on the magical journey, though, from the Poppy. Going to stop the Varus in the midst of his journey. I don't think Poppy is long for this world. Is going to get a really good ultimate down, but it looks like the Bard is going to land the ultimate. Very clean ulti coming from the Bard, and that is going to be an ace in favor of the blue team, and a Baron secured on two members. The Maokai and the Bard are going to have that Baron to push in for this mid game at 21.5 minutes. Incredible turn of events. The enemy team had kills, but the blue side decided to go for objectives, and they went for that Baron and they got it. So amazing stuff coming out of both teams here. What an absolute fustercluck of a game. But it looks like Maokai might be caught a little bit out here. Might have been just a little bit greedy for that turret, because that Draven is going to rinse through that HP. But even though he's got a Sunfire Cape, this Maokai is insanely tanky, but he is finally going to get shut down. A big chunk of gold going in favor of that Draven, who has now picked himself up an Edge of Night. So that engage on Draven is going to be a lot harder than anticipated for that blue side. We still just have that Forbidden Idol and 2 Crystalline Bracers onto the Thresh, so he's still yet to finish his fully completed second item, but he's just been doing his job, sweeping out wards, getting pink wards, and making sure that his team is as safe as possible, particularly the carries, the Draven and the Syndra. Now we are sitting with a 5,000 gold lead in favor of this red side. In terms of the farm, we do have a little bit more of a lead in favor of that Poppy, 149 to 128. Pretty even in the jungle at 126 to 117, 146 to 137. So once again, pretty even in that lane. The big difference right now is this Draven, 199 to 154. So the Chains of Corruption did come out from the Varus, and that was actually enough to kind of halt the engage from that Thresh. But it looks like the Varus is now running away. I don't know if he's going to be able to get away from this Lee Sin. The Lee Sin is going to land a max range Sonic Wave even through the heel of this Varus. He does have his Dragon's Rage kick as well, and the Thresh is going to engage onto this Nunu as well. The Cosmic, this perfect timing is going to come out from this Nunu. Going to get a huge ultimate off, doing a lot of damage, but a really nice hook coming down from the Thresh. The Cosmic Binding missed from the Bard, and the Safeguard is going to keep the Bard just alive for a little bit longer. They do want to watch out for this Yasuo, though. He does have his Phantom Dancer and that Infinity Edge, but the Maokai, the beefy tank of this team, is coming in, but I don't think they're going to want to fight this red team right now. The Thresh landing some pretty clutch hooks, but, you know, you once again have these very terrifying members of this red side, of the blue side. This Maokai is so beefy right now that if you have the advantage with the Yasuo, you could do some work here. But Maokai taking a ton of damage. Not going to go down quite yet, though. Cosmic Binding is just going to touch the butt of that Draven. He's going to have to run away from that one. It's not going to actually stun him down there. But I am so curious as well, just to see how much damage people like this Draven and the Syndra and the Lee Sin have done this game, because it just seems insane. But you do have those pretty nice combos, though. If you land a good Bard ultimate, which he's been landing some clutch Bard ultimates this game, if you land a good Bard ultimate, you can follow that up with an amazing Maokai engage. Sorry. Apparently gonna die here for just a second. you could have a really, really good Maokai engage with that Q, which of course will then set up for an amazing Yasuo ultimate, followed by a great chain of corruptions as well. So, you know, you have this ability to have some really, really good team fights on this blue side, but you're really looking for this this red side to get those picks, like a Syndra E followed by the ultimate, the Lee Sin landing the Sonic Waves, the Thresh landing the hook with the Draven to follow up. Like, those seem to be the type of plays that this red side wants to make, while this blue side, I think, really, really wants team fights. So the Nunu is going to throw this. Look at those mechanics. Almost gets it through. Almost threads the needle. But the Bard ultimate is going to miss this Draven. That is a huge thing to miss. That Bard ultimate has been coming in clutch all game. The Flay is going to come out to keep this Maokai here for just a little bit longer, but he is healing up an absolute insane amount. Thresh is going to take a lot of damage from that Yasuo ultimate. It looks like he might very well go down. Draven is going to go down. He's the first casualty of this fight. The Bard picking up that kill, and Maokai is currently going to be the second kill of this current fight. But looks like the Lee Sin Guardian Angel is going to go down as well. Stasis in the midst for the Syndra. Poppy is so tanky, just trying to absorb as much damage as possible. Currently a 4v4, but right now the red team is very, very healthy, but this Varus is very, very weak right now, so I don't think they can actually continue fighting this one. But the Yasuo is going to go immediately for this dragon, because it looks like the red side is trying to chase down this Varus, and they're now finally turning tail towards the dragon. But great little recovery from this team fight for the blue side, just deciding to go directly for the dragon instead of following that chase. The Varus still lives, and the blue side ends up killing the dragon. But a nice little stun from the Syndra over the wall is going to be enough to kind of slow them down a little bit. And Lee Sin is looking for this one. He really, really wants this. The Poppy is here as well. Cosmic Bind is going to slow him a little bit. But amazing amounts of damage coming down from that Syndra. And the Thresh hook is going to land onto the Nunu. Going to do enough damage. The Dragon's Rage Kick is going to hit the Yasuo back, and that's going to be a kill. Is Nunu going to fall as well? Sonic Wave is going to land, and that is going to be a kill. The Smite going down onto the Bard to reduce that damage, get that little mini exhaust, but a lot of damage taken by that Lee Sin on the tower, and that is going to be enough. The Varus picking up that one. The Maokai is now here. Bard ultimate is going to only hit the Syndra, but Draven is now coming in as a reinforcement. The Thresh is tanky as well. He's trying to buy as much time as humanly possible. Poppy going back in as well, trying to get the kill. Going to get the kill onto the Bard, and now Draven is back here, but it looks like the flash coming down from the Maokai is going to be enough, but the ultimate coming down from the Draven, and that is going to secure the kill onto the Varus. Maokai ultimate coming down, going to miss everybody, but everybody on this red team other than the Draven is insanely low right now. So an amazing set of team fights coming up from both teams, and it looks like a Shurelia's Reverie actually came down from this Thresh, which is very, very interesting. I'm very curious to see how that pans out. I very rarely see Shurelia's Reverie being built on Thresh, but it sounds very, very cool. Give yourself a little bit of additional AP, get yourself that really big engage, and you normally see something like a Righteous Glory go in favor of a Thresh, but to be honest, the Righteous Glory only speeds yourself up and then slows the enemies around you when it wears out. But the Shurelia's Reverie actually lets your entire team, it grants yourself and nearby allies 40% movement speed. So in terms of getting an engage off, I actually really like seeing a Shurelia's Reverie coming out of the Thresh. But it looks like while all that was going down, the second Baron of this game is being started now. They do have a Warden here. The Poppy is going to use that ultimate. That is a great use of the Poppy ultimate. Just buying as much time as possible, knocking that Nunu away, making sure that they cannot do the Baron right now. And it looks like it's going to give them enough time to have everybody kind of get in here. The Thresh is lagging behind just a little bit. Looks like the Magical Journey is going to use, but it looks like the Sonic Wave is going to miss just a little bit. The blue buff currently under contention. Not entirely sure who's going to claim this one. The Draven is going to start getting the auto attacks off, and that is going to be a blue buff in favor of either the Draven or the Syndra. I don't know which one. They both currently have it. But it looks like the red side did manage to push the blue team off of this Baron for now. But now, if they do start this Baron, it is still risky. You are still going against, but it looks like actually the Syndra landed that, I guess it was just a Q, maybe a combo, because the ultimate is actually still up for the Syndra, so that was just a nice quick pick. So they are going to go for this Baron, and unfortunately, the Nunu went down to clear his bottom side of the jungle, so I don't know if he's going to actually be able to make it in time for this. He is not. It's currently 1700. That is going to be the red side picking up the second Baron of this game, and the Varus going down in favor from the Syndra. The Syndra and the Poppy killing that Varus, and once again, not even having to use the Unleashed Power from the Syndra, so having the Unleashed Power still available for a team fight is insane. That is not what the blue side wants to see, because now they can very well pop the Yasuo or anybody for that matter, especially when the Bard comes back up. That Unleashed Power is going to annihilate the health bars of the Varus and the Bard. So it looks like 37-20. They do have this Baron buff. They have all 5 members alive, and the Varus is going to be down for another 15 seconds. It is 29 minutes into this game. 37-20. Could the red side end it? They did get the first inhibitor. They have finally cracked the space open. They're going for the second inhib, which is definitely a smart idea, because if they can't end it, they do want those super minions to start pouring into this enemy base. The Shurelia's Reverie is going to come up, and once again, I'm so impressed by the pickup of the Shurelia's Reverie, speeding his entire team up to escape. You can use it to engage. You can use it to escape. It's a really, really smart item that I just very rarely see, and I kind of want to see more of it on Thresh players. It just seems to work so well. So in terms of this team, currently our Thresh sitting at 1-4-23. So of course, you're probably going to have more deaths than kills as a support. That's exactly what you want to see, because his 4 deaths and the 23 assists has allowed people like the Draven to get 10 kills, 13 kills on the Syndra, 10 kills onto the Lee Sin. He's really done his job as a support here, and he's finishing off for his 3rd item, that redemption, of course, being picked up. And it looks like, interestingly enough, it wasn't even a redemption being picked up by the Bard, it was another Shirelia's Reverie. So I guess that this might be the new Korean support strat where, you know, getting that engage or the disengage from the Shirelia's Reverie is really paying dividends, especially for teammates that really do want to start big engages or big disengages. Really gives you that option. So very, very interesting. But it looks like the 5th dragon of this game, another mountain dragon, is going to be coming up in about a minute. And it looks like we have a download failed, so gonna have to come back to this one. Unfortunately, we couldn't get the last couple minutes of this game because the replay file was actually corrupted, but there was only one fight left, and clearly it was in favor of our Thresh and his team. In terms of the endgame scores, we can see that our bot lane duo did not disappoint. Thresh ended off this game at 2 kills, 5 deaths, and a massive 27 assists with a 63% kill participation. Additionally, we can see that he placed 40 wards this game, which is definitely the type of vision score you're going to need if you want to be at this level in Korean solo queue. I hope you all did enjoy this video of the #1 Thresh player in the world. If you did, be sure to leave this video a like, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel so you don't miss out on any of the content. Also, let me know in the comment section below what champion you'd like featured on this series next. Thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.